Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go! Athletes aren't built during the season, they're built here in the off season, where real progress happens. At the Den Sports Performance and Agility Center, they don't just train, they develop. For athletes ages 13 to 17, they offer team packages and individual group training with up to 5 weekly sessions of your choice of dryland or strength-focused work. Every program blends strength, agility, balance, mobility, speed, and recovery with a focus on durability that most programs overlook. Because showing up on game day means staying strong all season. Every session is coached by a certified speed and strength specialist and focused on long-term athletic success, not quick fixes. Flexible programming, real results. The Den Sports Performance and Agility Center is where serious athletes level up. Book your spot now at thedenyqr.ca. Grey Cup champ Jorgen Hughes. Before I get to that, I just watched Philip Rivers come off the couch. Hadn't played in 5 years, practiced 2 times, and almost beat the Seattle Seahawks. Is there an athlete you'd like to see come out of retirement? Because he's my favorite Charger of all time.
Well, I'm always wanting John Ryan to come out of retirement, so he's probably, I mean, off the top of my head, yeah, 100%, he's number one. We'd take him, any time. I'd love to see that.
He said he tried to kick for like some sort of commercial he was doing, and it was terrible, and he'd need about 6 months, so he says he couldn't do it. Jorgen Hughes, Grey Cup champion. Do you think you'd ever hear that?
I did. I always had belief. The days were, getting a little bit long, but no, I always had faith. And, when Mace took over 2 years ago, I knew it was just a matter of time. Last year I thought we had a really good chance. And then, at camp this year, I was like, this is it. This is the team. It's just going to be a matter of, can we stay healthy? And what does that look like down the stretch? So we got the group, we got the coaching staff. It's just an incredible top-down organization. And I was just so happy for everybody. Yeah, it's been a crazy last month or whatever it's been. Like I said, just so happy for everybody, happy for the province, happy for the fan, just happy for everybody.
I was happiest, I have friends on the team still. I was happiest for you. You're one of the first guys I thought about. What's the first thing you thought about when that clock hit 0?
You know what? It was just, I didn't know as time was ticking down what I was going to feel. And it was just it was a decade of emotions that just kind of came out, and I actually just fell on the ground. And, I started getting emotional, and then you get up and you start celebrating with teammates. And then, a few minutes later, your family starts trickling on the field, and you just go give them all a big hug, and the kids were there and everything. So it was cool. It was just a ton of emotion. Just finally, we got there. And, yeah, it was just, it's hard to describe, really.
I don't know in my time covering the Riders or watching the Riders if there's been too many people that have loved being a Rough Rider more than Jorgen Hughes. Just talk about how proud you are to be a Grey Cup champ with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, the only team you've played for.
Yeah, it's like you said, the only team I played for, the only team I will play for, and I'm just green and white through and through. Being from the province, I think it means just a little bit more. You grow up here, you know how hard these games are to come by. And you see obviously the behind the scenes and what went into it, and all the little, like me and Greg Ewell, after that, when we were celebrating, we gave each other a big hug and just talked about all those little 1% things that we talked about in the off season that we both, and he has a huge part to do with this too. And just all these little things that we just try, that we were better on, or how we improved from last year. Which was an incredible year on its own, but just all those little things and just the work that goes in, I was super proud. And personally, on a personal level, just working at it for so long, so hard, every workout, every snap session, everything, just it all pays off in one night. It's crazy.
So first thing you said when we started recording this, you said you knew when Corey Mace became the coach it would be just a matter of time. Can you expand on that for me?
Yeah, he's just the right guy for the job in so many ways. We really would have to have talk for hours to really get it all out. But I've been telling people since the start. He's just an alpha that's been there, done that people respect, people look up to, people listen to. He can demand the room. He players want to play for him, and we have a fun time doing it. But there's also the hard work that goes in and that understanding. And he gives you a lot of trust and a lot of leash, and with that, he demands you be on your game, and the same thing back. So it's hard to do. Not everybody's meant to be a head coach. Obviously, are cut out for it. It's a tough job, and some people are made for it. And yeah, as soon as he took over, and I just saw the way things were kind of changing and shifting, it's just you knew it was going to happen if we could stay healthy.
So I was joking here a few minutes ago about Old Man Rivers and how he didn't embarrass himself coming off the couch. How about Trevor Harris, though? Going to be a 40-year-old quarterback, gets another deal, and he seems to be getting better with age.
Well, I tell you, there's nobody that deserves it more. That guy is a pro's pro. I mean, there's nothing that any of these NFL quarterbacks are doing that Trevor isn't. I can assure you of that. I see what time he gets in the stadium every morning. I know when he leaves. The stuff that he does outside of the stadium to keep his body ready, and I mean, you look at him; he's carved out of freaking rock, and he just does everything right. Like, he doesn't have any cheat days. He's so dialed in and disciplined in every aspect of his life and training. It's incredible. So yeah, you can say he's 40, but like, he's really, his physical age is a lot younger than that because of how well he takes care of himself. So. And he's so smart, and what him and Mueller have is really so special. I really enjoyed watching those two go to work together every day, and it really was like a marriage. It was a back and forth, and that's how it should be. And yeah, it's cool to
Yeah.
see, and I'm just one of his biggest fans.
Well, he asked me in 23 when we are on the bus driving downtown Vancouver, what's Mueller like? And I said, if you ever get a chance to be with Mark Mueller, you're going to absolutely love it. And he said, yes, I do. Mark Mueller, I'll tell you what, man, that guy has head coach written all over him one day. I've said that for years.
100%, 100%. And so when he first got here, one of the first things I said to him was like, "It's about friggin' time. Like, I've been waiting, 11 year or 10 years for you to come back here." And I'm just so happy that we got him. He's so smart. He's always been so wise and beyond his years. I remember playing with him with the Rams, and I couldn't believe the football IQ that he had. And it's
Mhm.
obviously just grown, since then. But the way he can demand accountability is what I really appreciate about Mark the most. He's smart, he's got all that, but he holds people accountable, and it doesn't matter who you are. And that's what I love about Mark the most.
Hey, quite a connection between the Grey Cup champions who are Rams on that team, isn't there? Like that. Those two organizations are intertwined.
Yeah, 100%. Like, there's a good picture of all of us Ram guys at the end with the Grey Cup. They had a little studio room behind the locker room, and we all got a really good picture there. And after I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, yeah, there's a pretty big Ram presence on this team. So more than the Huskies, obviously. So that's good. I got to point that out. But
Yeah. Are you pointing that out in this house? Because you're in Phoenix, Arizona right now. Show us over your shoulder. There's a pool there. Rub it in a little bit. Like, as I
yeah,
talk here, it's like minus bazillion in Saskatchewan. You're with Joel Lipinski. So do you rub that in? Well, he played for the Rams too. So
yeah.
he's a Ram Husky guy.
Correct. Yeah. No, we still, yeah. I mean, we talk about that kind of stuff all the time, and I mean, more recently, obviously, he's got more to do with the Huskies, so there's always that back and forth. But no, I'm a
Hmm.
Ram through and through, so I gotta
Hmm.
gotta let him know it.
So who's all in this vacation? You're in Arizona right now. You're with a bunch of kids and adults. What are you having, like a big party there or what?
Yeah, yeah. So four of us families: Joel Lipinski, his family, Jordan Harbage, another co-owner of Ignite Conditioning in Saskatoon, and then one of our good friends, Chad Palmer, and his family.
Okay,
So he's
awesome.
a big SMF guy, and so yeah, football community for sure.
Uh, so I got to ask you, what's the future hold for you? Are you going to go out on top, or are you going to be Trevor Harris again and come back?
I don't know, but I talked to him a lot, and he's trying to get me to come back and re-sign. And I told everybody I'm going to give it a month or two, and then make a decision. Wait till the holidays are over, and then we'll go about making a decision on that. I'm not too sure. It's been a long career. Now that we got the Grey Cup, all my goals have been fulfilled. I got my body. I'm 36. But I
Mhm.
also feel like I can keep playing. I feel like I've been getting better and better.
Yeah.
So, and I'm having so much fun. Like that's the other thing. The hardest part about it is this. The last 2 years, I've had more fun than maybe the 8 before that. Like it's just a
Yeah.
fun group. It's fun showing up. I come to work earlier, stay like it's a fun group to be with, and I think that's why you end up winning championships because so many people just enjoy being in the building. And I tell people the story all the time. Like if you came in on any off day this year, you'd think you missed a practice or something because there were so many guys in the locker room. Right? In years past, that just wasn't the case. You'd see one or two guys maybe. Um,
Yeah.
but it's just it's a fun place to be around. So it would be hard to walk away from for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And you know what? Here's something that's never been done. They've never won back-to-back championships, and Corey Mace is already talking about it. Trevor Harris is already talking about it. It would seem to me that the poster boy for Rough Rider football, Jorgen Hughes, would stay around one more year to do that before they turn the whole league fucking upside down with these stupid rules, which I know you aren't
Oh,
exactly enamored with either. So it'd be nice to. I know they're tinkering with it a little bit here in 26, but it's still kind of as close as we're going to get to the Canadian game. So maybe that's the year to go out with the second championship, Jorgen.
it could be. I mean, yeah, that would be historic for sure. Um, and I know. I mean, we talked about that. Well, shoot, the next day, I think Trevor and I talked about that. Like that guy was working out. I think 2 days after the Grey Cup, and already talking about repeating. And yeah, so well aware of that. That would be really cool, and that's obviously in my mind a lot too.
Mm.
But we'll see.
It's
I'm just
tough
gonna
too.
let the
It's tough
emotions
too,
settle.
right? It's tough
Sorry.
too, though, because it's tough too because I know you have a life off in the business world off the field, but this is really the only life you've known for your whole life. So that's tough to just stop it.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, like it's all you've been doing. I haven't had a summer since high school, I guess, or Hilltops, if you can even say
Yeah.
that. So it's been, yeah, it's going to be a different change whenever that happens. If it's this year or next, it's definitely going to be different. But I am thankful that I do have another job that keeps me busy, and that
Hmm.
transition in the family. Like you're so busy, you don't got time to sit
Yeah.
there and feel sorry for yourself. You know.
Yeah. No.
So
No. Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
before I let you go, I watched that game and well, he's more your friend than my friend, but I consider Brett Lothar a friend. And he had an up and down season, and he misses that field goal to clinch the game. And now Montreal's driving the field, and they're going to score maybe a touchdown, and who knows, go for the 2 points. How about the Ram Tavon Campbell? What a great signing by Jeremy O'Day! Like that's got to go down as one of the top playoff plays in Rough Rider history, right there.
100%. And what that guy has done for us and this team, he is just incredible. He's another guy that just seems to get better with age. It's incredible, and he's just like he looks still like he's 22 years old. Like it's crazy. But we've had a lot of Ram guys, and one guy that I think deserves more is Mitch Picton. And
Yep.
here's another Ram for us. But like we don't have the record we have without him going into multiple games and having massive catches on crucial drives, whether it's late in the game, whatever. We need a first down, take the clock down, like and a big catch. And it was always Mitch Picton that came down with it. So that guy, he has such a big part of this. So I'm just again another guy I'm super super happy for, and he's out in Japan
Yeah.
right now as he should be celebrating and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy for the Ram guys just pulled through in a big way.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned him, and I thought it was a classy move. He'd kind of been, on and off the roster, was a little nicked up, and then had a tough time getting on the roster. But I thought it was a classy move that he got to dress and play in the Grey Cup.
Yeah, it really couldn't have ended any better. I mean, incredible guy, incredible player, um, and just yeah, happy for the Ram guys. They all just had a big fingerprint, I think, in this Grey Cup season.
So I hated Winnipeg before. Obviously, I like Winnipeg now for obvious reasons, but I was never. I hated going there because you guys would get your ass kicked, and I had to call the game, and it was so bad. It was basically story time by the second half. I was trying my best to paint a picture, but how cool was it to you beat them in the Banjo Bowl, but to go back and win a Grey Cup in Winnipeg? That's to bury those demons too. Well, is two birds with one stone, Jorgen.
Yeah, 100%. And I've had so many rough nights and rough days in that stadium. So if we were going to be on the road for the Grey Cup, I mean, what better place to go and win one than right in freaking
Yeah.
Winnipeg and hearing those people shut the hell up. Um, Behind our bench, there's one guy in particular. I'm going to hear his voice for the rest of my life, I'm sure. But it was nice to hear those put those voices to rest at the end there.
Awesome. Hey, lastly, have you spent time with the Grey Cup, or was it like now you went to Phoenix, you'll get it when you come back, or how's that work?
Yeah, not yet. I might get it for a day or two over Christmas, and then I'm gonna get it like in the new year at some point. So the Christmas thing was more of like a little bonus that just kind of popped up, but I'm gonna book it for sometime in the new year when things slow down.
So is it like you got to sign it out? Like, how does that work?
You know what? The thing's got a schedule of its own. It's crazy. Like it's always doing something. They should probably put like air tags or something on it, but it's yeah, there's like a schedule, and it's got its own calendar, and you gotta book spots, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's a whole deal, but it's
They
pretty
brought they
awesome.
brought it into they brought it into the dealership, and it already was kind of wonky, like it had been dropped or something. I think somebody said AJ Ouellette, or he told the people that he kind of dropped it or something like that, or broke it or
Yeah,
something.
the cup isn't sitting right, but from what I understand, there's like some replicas of it, so I don't know if
Yeah,
they got it fixed or replaced or whatever, but I guess
yeah.
we'll find out because
Hey,
I'll be
man,
drinking something out of it, that's for sure.
and you got your name on it. That's all that matters, and I'm happy for you. Thanks a lot for taking time out of your holiday. Best of the season to you, and congratulations, Jorgen Hughes, Grey Cup champ. Has a nice ring to it, man.
Hey, thank you, Ballsy. I appreciate it as always.